So we just had a full moon in Aquarius today, and I'm going to tell you what that means for your sign. Leo, this is about your relationships and any contracts that you have to sign or any contracts that you have to end. Same thing with relationships. And that doesn't just go for romance. That could also go for like friendship, business, etc. Virgo, this is about your physical health and your routines, the small things that add up to the bigger picture and things that you need to stop doing just because of the fact that you've already been doing it. Cut out old habits and make room for new ones. Libra, this is about what you do for fun or things that you do in your leisure time, and it's also about your dating life. If old booze resurface, that doesn't mean that you should revisit it. To be completely honest, you should probably leave it alone. So act accordingly, and also take note of what it is that you actually want and need when it comes to whoever you're dating before like in a relationship, so that you don't have to deal with problems in the relationship. Scorpio, this is about your emotions and unpacking where you feel emotionally blocked and where you need to learn how to loosen up. You cannot go about life just being guarded because you need to protect yourself. No, you need to loosen up and open up your heart. Also, your home life, you could be moving or you could be considering moving and relocating. There could also be things happening in your family. Be there for the women in your family specifically. Sagittarius, this is in your third house. Watch your mouth. You need to be journaling, reading, and writing right now, and watching your mouth. When I say watch your mouth, I mean in the sense of like you can speak power or weakness into your life, so use that to your advantage. Your words do hold weight, so do not just say anything because you can. This is a terrible time to be doing that. Capricorn, this is about your money. I know you like that. You could either be getting more money or you could realize that you've been overspending. Checking with your budget, and also this is a great time to kind of like detach from old ways of making money to make room for new ones. Aquarius is your identity, your sense of self. This is a great time for you to like blow up. If you need to like figure out any workout routine or to make a routine, skincare routine, whatever it is that like has to do with like how you present yourself externally, this is a great time to think about those things. I wouldn't initiate it until after Mercury retrograde, but great time to like reframe who you deem yourself as and like your sense of self. Pisces, let go and let God. Simple. Great time for meditation, great time for like yoga, great time for emotional healing and unpacking subconscious wounds, great time for sobriety and to completely like stop drinking, stop smoking, or stop consuming any kind of substances. Great time to prioritize your mental health, because your mental health also leads to your physical health, and your physical health also leads to like your mental health. It's all kind of interconnected. So be wise and listen to your intuition. Aries is about your social circles and your long-term hopes and wishes. This is a great time for you to kind of like reevaluate goals that you set for yourself and if you even still care about those goals. And then it's also a great time for you to like take note of who actually belongs in your life versus who doesn't, and act accordingly. And also pay attention to like the group settings that you put yourself in. Do you actually resonate with those group settings in the long term, or are these group settings that you're just familiar with? Taurus is about your career and your public image and your reputation. This is not a time to be introverted. This is not a time to hide at home. Go outside, talk to people, meet people that you need to meet. This is a great time for you to find opportunities that are in the outside world waiting on you. But it can only happen if you put yourself out there to be seen. Simple. You want what you want, you can get what you want, but it's only happening if you go out there to get it. Gemini, reframe your mind. Yes, you know what you know, but sometimes you don't know what you know. And this is a great time for you to like realize where you actually might need to kind of adjust your way of thinking and your sense of like the principles that you live by. This is a time where you might realize that like some principles kind of need to be left behind or adjusted. This is also a great time for publishing anything and putting out any projects that you've been working on. And if it's not putting out the projects, it's at least like plotting out the rollout for them. Cancer, this is about your joint ventures, your shared resources. So like things where it's like you and somebody else collaborating and work towards a common goal, or credit, loans, student debt, all of those things, like where it's like resources that aren't directly yours but you have to utilize them, or resources that you're sharing that aren't directly somebody else's but you're sharing it with them. This is a great time to reevaluate what resources like need to stay and what resources need to be like kind of handled in a more progressive way. Also, if any trauma pops up, cry about it so that you can heal and talk about it with somebody that you trust. If you have any questions, feel free to ask below and follow me for more. Mwah.